Hey guys, this is Max, and today I will give you an overview of the Mamiya 645 Pro TL and of course show you some sample photos. The Mamiya 645 Pro TL was introduced in 1997 and sold until 2006, which is quite impressive and makes it a rather modern analog medium format camera. As the name suggests, it features the classic 6 by 4.5 image ratio. So the classic medium format that can also be found in a lot of digital medium format cameras today. In the analog world, it gives you 15 frames out of a 120 film roll. This particular Mamiya was the 6th generation of the M645 series, and in many ways it's the pinnacle of the line. But at the same time, if you really want to buy one, you should also take a look at the Pro version and the Super version, as they are called. So the two earlier versions, because they are in many ways the same, really the same cameras, and only saw slight advances. As usual, when I talk about a camera like this one, there's a reason for that. And for me, it was the very first camera that I bought getting into medium format. The reason for that is that I wanted a medium format camera with which I can shoot professional portraits at eye level. And I, of course, first took a look at the Contax 645 that gives you access to Carl Zeiss lenses and is supposed to be a really great camera in terms of build quality and everything. But this was way beyond my budget. It's a really expensive camera, so you can take a look at it. And then I realized, okay, Mamiya also is known for its amazing optical quality of the lenses and all that. They do build great cameras, and I realized, hey, you can actually buy one of these for 300 to 400 euros on eBay, often including all sorts of accessories and lenses. So that was one important reason for me to buy this particular camera. So as you can see, this is a modular system that features an interchangeable film back where you can set your ISO. It also features a automatic exposure prism finder. And this is so great because it lets you have aperture priority mode, use that if you want to, and have built-in light meter, and at the same time use it at eye level, shoot portraits at eye level. Because what's great about waist level viewfinders is, of course, that the situation between you and your subject completely changes, because suddenly your subject is observing you taking a picture because you're kind of looking down and it looks interesting and all that. And with an eye level viewfinder like this one, it's always the other way around. People feel kind of observed because of the way you're looking at them through the camera. So that's typically a good reason for using a waist level viewfinder, but at the same time you're always kind of low, except for you have a ladder with you or a chair or something that you can go up to. So for many fashion shoots or typical portrait shoots, I like having a medium format camera that I can raise to eye level and use like that. And as usual, it depends on your subject and how they are and how they react to it. And this particular prism finder is really great, as I just said, because of its metering capabilities and aperture priority mode. In addition to that, as you can see here, you can attach a grip that at the same time is a automatic winder. So after each shot, it automatically advances your film, which is a great thing, but at the same time it also lets you burn through film rather quickly. So you will realize, using a camera like this one with an automatic advance, when you only have 15 shots, you're kind of shooting a lot of rolls over time. So you should take that into account, basically. What is not so great about this camera, when we talk about this auto winder and the shutter noise and everything, is exactly that, the noise. It's a rather loud camera. Both the shutter sound and of course the automatic winder that happens after each shot is kind of noisy, and especially at the very end of a roll, when it kind of wraps up the roll at the end, you get like a really weird noise coming out of the camera that make many models just giggle, because it's kind of funny using this particular camera, and it makes it seem so much older than it actually is for some reason. It feels really 90s, this sound of the winder. As you can imagine, this camera is not a very light thing. It basically weighs, all things attached, it weighs 3 pounds, and it is quite heavy. But besides that, thanks to the grip here, it's really easy to carry it. It's easy to transition between landscape and portrait mode. And in many ways, it feels like a modern DSLR, like a Canon 5D or similar. The only difference is really the weight and the sound it makes after pressing the shutter. But the overall handling is really great. What's also important to note is, of course, that it's a manual focus camera. So you do only have access to manual focus lenses. There were later versions of this camera, the 645AF, which feature autofocus. And if you're really keen on using autofocus, you should take a closer look at these particular cameras. So without further ado, let's take a look at some sample photos that I shot with this particular camera. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please remember to like it and maybe even share it with your friends. I would really appreciate it. I would love to see you subscribe to my channel. I really always get super excited when I get an email from YouTube saying, hey, you got a new subscriber. This is always awesome. So please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you.